Namaste yogis, Katie here on the Back to Basics YouTube channel. I have a slow flow class for you today that will be a gentle practice with a focus on pranayama and dhyana, aka breath work and meditation. These are two areas of yoga that are very important to yoga practice as a whole, and I feel that they can often be overlooked or minimized in a more westernized, physically focused practice. So I'm very excited to share this class with you today. We're going to need 2 blocks and an optional bolster or cushion to sit on. So you can grab your props and then meet me seated on your mat. You can sit on the cushion or on one of your blocks. Cross your legs, extend your back and relax your shoulders, and allow your eyes to close. Begin by taking a few deep and slow breaths in and out, breathing through the nose. Noticing your body expand as you inhale. And then deflate as you exhale. Bring your mind to the present and allow any thoughts that are not focused on here and now, whether they be in the future or in the past or neither. Bring your focus here and now. Bring your awareness to your mat, to your body, to the position that your body is in, and to your breath. Take a big breath in. And as you release, you can bring your hands in front of your heart and ask yourself, why am I practicing yoga today? What am I seeking from this practice? And whatever that answer may be, you can turn that answer into your intention for your yoga practice. Maybe that intention is self-awareness. Maybe it's to let go. Maybe it's self-care or love. When your intention is set, breathe in, and then with your exhale, release your hands down to your lap. You can bring the tops of your hands down and flip your palms up towards the ceiling. And take another deep breath in to prepare for our opening pranayama practice, Ujjayi breath. We'll synchronize Ujjayi breath with some hand and finger movements. So take a deep inhale and release. And with Ujjayi breath, we'll be focusing on the exhale. And with the exhale, we're going to slightly tighten the back of the throat. And the throat and the breath will make a noise like we're fogging up the window of a car, kind of a ha noise, like the waves in the ocean as well. So take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, tightening the back of the throat. Good, let's do it again. Inhaling. And just very slightly tightening the back of the throat, not hindering the flow of the breath. And with your next breath in, we'll take the index fingers and the thumbs together And release. And inhale, switching fingers, center finger and thumbs together, breathing in. Exhale, Ujjayi breath. Inhale, ring fingers and thumbs together. Good job, switching pinkies and thumbs together. Inhale. Good, we'll do this one more round. Inhale, coming back to index fingers. Switching fingers. Switching when you're ready. And switching pinkies. Beautiful job. With your next inhale, we'll circle the arms up over the head. And exhale, using Ujjayi breath to bring the hands down to heart center. We'll do this 9 more times. Inhale, expand, bring your arms up, breath in. Exhale, hands down to prayer. Feeling the thumbs touch your chest. And after you reach the bottom of your exhale with Ujjayi breath, inhale, expand, circle arms up. Come back down. Moving with your own breath. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1. Last one. Pausing, hands at heart center. Focusing on the stillness of your body. You can release your hands down now and come down to your mats. You can move the blocks out of the way. The first position we'll be starting in, aside from Sukhasana, will be Shavasana. So release yourself all the way down to your back and extend your legs. Take a few cleansing breaths, preparing for our next pranayama practice, Brahmari breath. Brahmari is also known as bee's breath. When we exhale, we're going to be using our voice to make a humming noise that sounds like a bee flying through the air. Take an inhale. When you exhale, use a soft hum. You may or may not be able to hear me with the microphone, but keep working, using your voice. Exhaling these breaths. Two more rounds. You may now return your breath to normal and take a pause. Check in with yourself. Notice how you're feeling. With your inhale, bring your arms up over your head and reach back. And as you do that, point your toes forward, lengthening from the tips of the fingers to the tips of the toes. And as you exhale, draw your knees in towards your chest. Take the palms on top of the kneecaps. Inhale, move your knees towards the front of the room, away from your body. And exhale, pull the knees in towards the abdomen. Apanasana. Continue to move with your breath. Last round. And you can pause with your knees in towards your chest. And if it's comfortable, wrap your arms around your legs and then find a rock from side to side. You can pause the next time you come back through center. And if it's comfortable for you, you can rock your way up and down on your back and come up to a seat. If you find this is uncomfortable, then you can come down to your back, roll to one side, and then press up with your hand. And once you are up, soles of the feet come together. Bind the hands with the ankles and inhale up. Lengthen the back. We'll take our blocks now and bring each one underneath the knees. They can be higher, they can be lower, just depends on how you feel most supported in this pose. So once we are here and the knees are supported, you can release your hands from the bind and then inhale, bring the arms out into a T. And as you exhale, we're going to wrap the arms around the body. The right arm is going to come on top. And then wrap your arms around, give yourself a hug. If you can reach, you can grab onto your shoulder blades. Spend a few breaths here. Keep your spine extended. And inhale deeply. Taking another round of breath in and releasing. Inhale, expand your arms out. Exhale, reversing your hug, left arm on top, reaching behind. Not allowing your back to round forward. Keep it extended. Very good job. Release and inhale, arms out. Exhale, hands can come down. You can move your blocks for now. And we'll bring the knees together. Bring them to the side and come down to kneeling. Feel free to sit on a block if you would like to take a little bit of pressure off of your knees. Once we're here, inhale, reach up towards the ceiling. And exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. And with your exhale, you can bring your hands down. We're going to move into a little heart opener from here. So you can take your other block and bring it behind you next to the toes. And then inhale, roll your shoulders back, reach back with your hands for the block. You can tilt your chin up, roll your shoulder blades together. And if you'd like to go back a little bit further, you can place some bend in your elbows and then use your inhales to open up your heart some more. Last breath in. And exhale, begin to straighten out your elbows, bring your chest forward, and you can move the block from your hands to the side. Take a few shoulder rolls forwards and backwards. And bring your shoulders to stillness, and then gently drop your right ear down towards your right shoulder. Let the left side of your neck stretch for a few breaths. And inhale, head comes back up. Exhale, left ear comes down. And inhale, slowly bring the head back upright. And then shift yourself up so you can move the block out from underneath you and come down to hands and knees. We will need our blocks later, so we'll keep them at the front of the mat. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders and spread your fingers wide. And place a slight bend in your elbows. Take an inhale. You can bend your elbows some more and pull your chest forward, drop your belly, lift your gaze. Staying here in your cow pose, continuing to breathe. And exhale, push the floor away, begin to tuck your tailbone and round your back, moving through slow motion, coming into cat pose. Pausing here for a few breaths. And inhale, flowing back through cow, this time moving at the pace of your own breath. Feel free to go slow. Feel free to match the own natural pace of your breath as well. Take one more round. And then bring your spine to a neutral position. We'll take our blocks, bring them down on their lowest height, and bring them vertical so that they can support your hands. We're going to take another inhale and extend our right leg behind us, tucking the toes underneath, and begin to press your heel back and forth. And once you come forward again, take a pause and then engage your abdominals. Lift your right foot up. Try to keep both of your hips level here, not allowing that right hip to hike up. Keep it level. And as you take your next exhale, pull the right foot through between your blocks, stepping it forward. And you can use your right toes to scoot the foot forward and lengthen your lunge until you find a comfortable place where you're also feeling a stretch. We'll come up to a higher height of the blocks, letting our body warm up and adjust, being gentle with ourselves. And you can take your hands to your right knee, and then inhale, chest comes forward, press your hips forward. Excuse me. Feel free to stay here or inhale, lift your arms up, reach with your fingers, keep your shoulders away from your ears, relax them back down into their sockets. Exhale, bring your hands down to your blocks. You can take the blocks down onto their lower height and plant your hands there. And then step back to tabletop position. Feel free to move your hips back and forth before moving to the other side. Take an inhale, expand your left leg behind, tucking the toes, pressing the heel back and forth. Then come forward, lifting up the foot. Holding here for another breath in. And exhale, step the foot forward. Coming up to the tops of the blocks. Adjusting the back, adjusting the hips. Floating the hands up to the left knee. Inhale, press forward. And inhale, lifting up the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Come to the lower height of the blocks. Step the leg back, and then move the blocks to the fronts. Pressing back to child's pose. Bring the knees wide before you do. And exhale, come down. Inhale, float your head up. Draw yourself forward. And then take an exhale, lower down onto your belly. And inhale, press yourself up to Bhujangasana. And exhale, come back down. You're gonna inhale, come up, back to hands and knees. Take a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, neutral spine. Bring your hands forward a few inches to prepare for downward dog. Shoulder width apart with your hands, and you can tuck your toes underneath. Breathing in to lift up. Exhaling to press back. Inhale to raise your heels up, place some bend in your knees, and then begin to step your feet up to the front of your mats, taking your hands onto your blocks, inhaling to halfway lift up. As you exhale, fold forward, tilt your hips forward, and bend your knees. Take an inhale, slowly roll yourself all the way up, and find Tadasana. Bring your feet hip width apart if they're not already. Bring your palms to face forward and lengthen up through your spine. This is so much more than just a standing pose. It's a very active way to stand. We're pressing our feet down. We're drawing our spine up. Our shoulders are relaxed down. And we're allowing our gaze to be locked forward. All the while noticing the breath and keeping the breath calm and fluid. Take another breath in and lift your arms over your head. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart. Inhale, reach your arms up and then lift up your chest. And as you exhale, tilt your chest forward, fold all the way down to forward fold, coming back to your blocks. Inhaling, halfway lifting up, extending your arms, extending your back. Exhale, fold down. Create some space in front of you so you can plant your hands down and then step back into plank pose. Exhale, lower down to your mats. And then inhale, lift up, Bhujangasana. Exhale, float back down. Inhale, pressing up through hands and knees. Exhale, coming to child's pose. And inhale, come up. And find downward facing dog with your exhale. Inhaling up to the toes, bending the knees. And again, taking small steps up to the front of the mat. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll all the way up, noticing every inch of movement. Tadasana. 2 breaths in Tadasana. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, drawing your hands down to your heart. Noticing the movement of your heart beating. And then inhale, lift your arms back up and lift your heart up. Exhale, come forward, hinge forward to forward fold. Inhaling halfway up. Exhale, fold. Step back, create space. Bend your knees and plant your hands down. Step back through plank pose. Lower to your belly. Scoot your hands back. Press your feet down. Inhale up for cobra. Tuck your toes underneath from here. Engage your abdominals. Begin to lift up your knees. And then exhale, press back to downward dog. And exhale, round yourself forward to plank pose. And then drop your knees down. And come back to a comfortable seat. Feel free to sit on your cushion or sit on a block. Bring the legs forward in front in Sukhasana, cross-legged position. And we'll take the arms and inhale, open them out. And exhale, bring the right elbow on top of the left, finding Garudasana arms, and inhale, lift up through the tips of the fingers. And exhale, unwind your arms. Inhale, expand them out. Exhale, left elbow comes on top of right. Inhale, lift the hands up. Exhale, unwind, and inhale, expand. Pause here. Keeping the chest lifted, reaching to both sides of your room. And exhale, bring your right hand down to your mat or down to a block. And plant your left hip down and reach up and over with your left hand. As you take your next inhale, begin to come all the way back up. Arms expanded. Exhale, bring your left hand down to plants. And then reach the right arm up and over, lengthening through the side of your body. If your neck is okay with it, you can look up towards the ceiling, towards your hands. And inhale, come back up, arms expanded. And exhale, bring your hands down. You can rest them on your lap. And then allow your chin to tuck down towards your chest. Inhale, slowly roll your head back up. Come down to your mats. Bring your right leg in front of you. You can keep your left knee bent and then cross the left foot over the right thigh. Take an inhale, breathe in, lifting up through your back. And with your exhale, you can bring your left hand behind you, either to the mat or to a block. And then bring the right elbow to the outside of the left knee, twisting and looking behind for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Inhale to come forward. And exhale, bring the left leg in front, bending the right knee in, crossing it over the left. Inhale, straight back. Exhale, right hand behind, twisting over to the opposite side. And inhale, slowly come forward. Keep a block and or a cushion handy. We will need it once we get down onto our back. Bring your feet in front with your knees bent. And then take an exhale. Move yourself down onto your back slowly and gently. Let's take the knees up, floating the feet up. And then you can bring the right calf across the left knee, left thigh, maybe the right ankle as well. Flex both of your feet, bringing the hands behind the knees for reclining pigeon pose. Exhale, release, and then switch sides. Left ankle on top, pulling the right knee in, pressing the left knee away. With your exhale, you can release. Bring both feet down, keep your knees bent. With your inhale, press your feet down and scoop your hips up, pressing down through your shoulders. You can grab your block or your cushion and bring it underneath your hips. Once it's in a comfortable position, relax your hips down for supported bridge pose. Feel free to keep your arms by your side. You can also move them out into a T, or take a hand on your heart and a hand on your belly. I invite you to begin to breathe into your belly, to allow your breath to become a little more slow, a little more deep. Take another couple of breaths here. And then inhale, press your feet down, scoop your hips up, move the block or cushion out of the way, and make yourself comfortable on your back for Shavasana. And after our Shavasana, we'll be closing up our class with a relaxing meditation, so stay with me. You can extend your legs out in front, bring your arms by your sides. Allow your eyelids to become heavy. Begin to relax your muscles, starting with the muscles that are in your forehead, smoothing out the space between the eyebrows and moving down, relaxing the jaw, relaxing the neck, shoulders and arms, letting the rest of the body release from the chest, down the torso, from the hips down to the ankles, and letting the feet and the toes relax as well. And as your body rests, allow your mind to hold a soft point of focus on every inhale and on every exhale. Inhale slowly and deeply. Exhale, releasing. As you inhale again, begin to find some gentle movements, wiggling your fingers and toes. Only moving your body just enough to prepare it to move into a seated position. Try to keep a calm and relaxed state from your Shavasana. Gently make your way onto your right side. Press yourself up with your left hand. Find a comfortable seat. Once you are in a comfortable seated position and your eyes are closed, begin to focus on the darkness behind your eyelids. And with your next exhale, feel yourself sink down a little bit deeper in, becoming more relaxed, withdrawing your senses from what's outside of you. Begin turning your awareness inward, noticing the stillness inside of your body, focusing here and breathing here. Take another slow and deep inhale. And as you exhale, begin to bring your awareness back, moving it up from focusing inward. Begin to bring your awareness to here and now and come back to the space that you're in. When you're ready, take your hands in front of your heart and remember your intention for practice today. Feel free to carry this intention with you off of your mat through the rest of your day or for as long as it serves you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. The light in me honors the light in you. I will see you all next time.